Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for yet another unbox. The Dimension looks a little bit bigger today because, well, I'm trying some different things out with my Samsung S21 Ultra. So we're actually recording this video completely on the phone. We're not using my webcam. Trying something a little different, so we're gonna see what it looks, how it turns out. I apologize, you guys can see the big mess and clutter that I have here. Still trying to sort things out after the big New York trip, so apologize for that. But speaking of which, while I was on the trip, I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I did it, guys. I was out and about, out and about, up in New York, up in upstate New York, in Lake George. I went to a very awesome toy store called Heroes Hideout, okay? And they had the entire Falcon Wave there. They had the entire Falcon Wave. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I said, what the hell? They have them here. Screw it. And I went ahead and I bought the whole wave. I already had Captain America, Falcon himself. So I got Loki, I got all the others, so we are going to be building his wings. So some people say, well, why don't you start off with Falcon? Well, I'm not going to do that because you figure I'm going to build up to that point. We're going to do all the other figures first, and then once we have all the parts, then we'll unbox Falcon so we can just assemble him all together so he can then be whole. So there we are. Yeah, I do apologize. You guys can see a whole bunch of mess here. You see I got a big box right there. That is the 1989 Batmobile, the Lego version of it. That's going to be an insane build. I'm not quite sure how that's going to be approached. I got some Gundam kits here that maybe I'll be doing a couple live builds with those. And I actually reorganized the Dimension a little bit. We threw all the Star Wars over to this cabinet right here, and then I moved pretty much majority of all the Marvel over here. There's only a few Marvel things up on the top of the bookcase. So yeah, the Dimension's going through a little bit of a makeover. I'm going to have this cleaned up soon, hopefully. But why don't we get right on into this, guys. Now, we just had the recent premiere of the new Marvel, or should I say Disney Plus series, Loki. So we're going to start off with Loki himself. Now, of course, we get the nice Loki branding. We get his little logo that's obviously being featured on the new TV series. And for those of you who are watching the Marvel series Loki, what do you think about it so far? As of the filming of this video, I saw the premiere. I'm really psyched for it. It's definitely giving a different kind of a vibe to it. A little bit of a hero, anti-hero kind of vibe, but we'll see what happens. It's Loki. So, here we are. Of course, on the back we have Loki in his work clothes, let's just say. Nice little illustration here. Of course, we have mere moments after his escape during the events of Avengers Endgame. Loki's apprehended by the Time Variance Authority, TVA, arrested for his crimes against the sacred timeline. Of course, those who've seen this, spoiler alert, apparently the TVA, the Time Variance Agency, they wanted the Avengers to go ahead and mess with time, which I thought was a little weird, but hey, who am I to argue, right? I'm just a crazy guy with a small YouTube channel that likes to unbox collectibles and give you my take on it. Now, of course, on here we see all the parts and the characters that they are associated with. Now, I am a little disappointed that we don't get any weapons or accessories with a lot of the figures. Some of them we do, some we don't. Now, of course, with Loki, you know, he's not allotted any kind of weapons here, you know, but we do get parts for the Build-A-Wing. We get the base here. This is going to be the base for Captain America, or should I say a Falcon. So we do get that. We get what appears to be part of Falcon's backpack. Yeah. Hold that up so you guys can get a better look at that. Nice detail. And in case anyone's wondering why I'm switching things up and going with my phone tends to have a little bit more quicker reaction when it comes to zooming in. A nice little drone, and it's got a little hovering effect. So we got that. And we got the base here. Now obviously we can throw these together because we kind of know how they're going to connect. You got little pegs and slots right here that are just going to go right into the base. As you guys can see. Got a nice little section here where that will just peg right into. And there we go. We already have part of this set up. I think this actually will... I think we'll have to wait for the rest of the parts before we can connect all this into it. So we'll just set this off to the side. Got a nice little wind effect with the lines and the molding there. There we go. See if that gives you guys a better look of it. There we go. We get the swirling effect right there. And let's get Loki Laufeyson, or Laufeyson. I always found that funny how they did the names for these characters. You know, Thor is Thor Odinson, Odin's son, and Loki was kind of a Odin's son, but not so much. Now, I've heard people say that part of this body is a resculpt of Fury. And I can kind of see that, because if you open up the coat here, you see like there's a little side pocket right there on the left, or the left side of Loki. And on the right side, it looks like we got a little let me see if I can get this to rotate there. They look like where you would have magazine clips like for a handgun. So that gives a little bit of credence that this may have been a slight resculpt of Nick Fury from Captain Marvel. I just find it really hilarious Loki is dressed like this. It's a pretty good sculpt of Tom Hiddleston. I could imagine a little bit better, but it's not the worst they could have done. It's kind of a weird. It doesn't. Honestly, I don't think this truly grasps the look of Loki. But I mean, they got the hair sculpt pretty on par. It's just the face doesn't 100% look like him. It almost looks like Tom Hiddleston mixed with Robin Williams. Now, of course, we get the pegs on the front of the feet, not on the back of the feet, on the front. And it's your basic ankle joints and knee joints. This is not a complete retool of any kind. These are your basic Marvel Legends figures joints. Now he has one open hand, kind of, and one semi-closed one. And it looks very reminiscent of what maybe you might have with the guy who's going to hold the gun, because the finger's sticking out like a trigger. Of course, he does not come with any accessories, so it is what it is. Now, as far as his head tilt, he can look straight up, so, you know, if you wanted to do some kind of a pose, like, you know, if there was still a Bifrost, you know, you could do a pose like maybe where his feet are angled up like he's flying through, or maybe he's dropping down. You can do a whole host of things. Oh, and his head came right off. course, the Marvel heads are meant to be interchangeable, but usually you don't see it come right off. You can see somewhat of a variance, if you will, of the color pigmentation. Let me just move my light here so you guys can kind of get a better look. It looks like a slight variance. So could just be the way the light's hitting it, or the different batches of plastic. Let's get Loki's head back on there. Yep, he's back on there now. But we got the nice little variance on there. I had a fun time explaining what a variance is to my wife. A variance is just what it sounds like. It's a variance, a difference, a change, if you will. Or I explained to her that also with the way comic books are. You know, you get one issue of a comic, but maybe there's a variant cover. Still the same story on the inside, just a different cover. So I explained that to her, and then she kind of got it. The tie also you can play around with. I love that he's got like the 70s, 80s tie right there. I'm curious to see where the show's going to go. I know there's the mysterious figure that is going around attacking the teams of the Minutemen. So we'll see what happens with that. But the Loki figure, on a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta say he's about a 7 to an 8. Maybe 7, 7.5. Because there are no accessories. I mean, you know, even if you gave us the Loki blades, you know, or gave us, you know, a useless Tesseract. I mean, they could have gave us, I don't know, something, you know? But with no accessories at all. I mean, they did some good detail in the coat. You can see, like, the snaps and, I mean, the stitching and everything. I mean, they did a really good job on that. It's just no accessories. I get that as part of the Build-A-Wing. It's not even a Build-A-Figure, guys. It's a Build-A-Wing set. But other than that, I'd say, I mean, it's decent. If he was not part of a wave, would I have gotten him? If he wasn't part of a Build-A-Figure or Build-A-Wing, I probably wouldn't have gotten him. You know, I would be more apt at getting, like they've been doing that Infinity Saga or the Marvel first 10 years. I would have jumped on a Loki like that, like a 2-pack. But with this by himself, not so much. I mean, I'm going to set him up in what I call my Disney Plus wing. I'm going to set up a shelf where I have all the Disney Plus Marvel figures. So there he is. Just a quick unbox for him. One and done. I do like that they're giving us a few of these pieces. Honestly, I would have been more happy if Marvel, if you would have just, you know, charged us a deluxe price for Falcon and had the parts on there. You know, even at a $40 price point, I would have still paid for that. I mean, we don't even get a Build-A-Figure. We get build his wings. I'm still, you know, I'm still salty about that, but, you know, it is what it is, guys. So, I want to thank everyone for checking out the video. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. Is he a yay or nay in your guys' eyes? And also, are you picking up any of these figures from this line? If you are, let me know which ones you're aiming for in the comment section below. And also, I want you guys to drop into the video description and check out our YouTube warriors. Those are other YouTubers. I put the links to their channels in the description below. I want you to check them out. Take a few minutes to check out their channels and their amazing content. And do me that solid. I greatly appreciate it, guys. So, once again, thank you guys for supporting the channel. We're still on the road to 200. We're at 173 right now. We're getting closer. And when we do hit 200, we're actually going to be doing a big giveaway for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-pack, Casey Jones and Raphael in Disguise, to one lucky winner. So, there we are. So, as always, I want to thank you guys for supporting our little dimension here. If you haven't already, hit that red button below, hit that bell for notifications, become a part of the dimension. And until next time, as always, keep on busting, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.